Did y'all see this week k.michelle released her album, Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart? And she's doing her media rounds, and the focal point of every interview has been her 8-month dating relation, her alleged 8-month dating relationship with actor Idris Elba. So y'all know how I feel about it. I was the one who wrote the piece like, I don't believe it. Just because k.michelle has a track record with receipts of just flat out lying. She befriends other celebrities, Lil' Kim, Elle Varner, and then lies on them or starts some type of internet beef with them in the case of Tamar Braxton. So I think the whole thing with Idris is like, this is gonna help me sell this album. This is gonna help me push this forward. So I just don't see it.
I think something happened. Mm-hmm. I think it's being played up as more than it was because, obviously there's an album that's being promoted. Mm-hmm. But I think that there was something going on.
I would hope that he would not have done so just because it's a messy situation. But at the same time, right, with the other woman and the baby. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, with the recent, 2014 was just a year where I don't believe anything anymore. Like,
girl, this year is blown stuff up.
Yeah, I personally agree with Jasmine. I think that something did happen between them. I also feel that it might have been overblown to make this album be like, oh, everybody got to check out Anybody Want to Buy a Heart, because you got to find out everything that may have happened. The first video, one of the first videos aside from Love 'Em All that she put out, for Maybe I Should Call, is like their whole thing, with a fake Idris, a fake baby, and a fake white woman, even though Idris's baby mom is not white, but whatever. And so to me, I think that, I don't know about the free, if he did the video for free. She claims that he did it for free, but I think just him being involved and people being like, why is Idris Elba directing her, her hip opera, whatever it was for VH1. It definitely made
me.
You were
so hell-bent on calling it a hip opera.
It's a hip opera.
She is not hip hop.
A musical with R&B music is a hip opera. Anyway, that's Beyonce. But I just think that all of that it just don't make no sense. I got what I wanted out of it, and there it is.
This week was like some really tragic news in that this actress and dancer, Stephanie Mosley, was killed by her boyfriend, Earl Hayes, and then he turned the gun on himself and killed himself. Mm-hmm. So the whole story was just already like very sad anyway. She was on the cusp of coming up in the game. People were starting to recognize her in other arenas. She was doing a whole lot. And for her to have her life taken away, which is really very terrible. But the story got so weird in that apparently Floyd Mayweather was like FaceTiming Earl or Skyping Earl at the time and was like telling him that his girlfriend was cheating on him, or his wife was cheating on him with Trey Songz, and he needed to, basically put her in check or, break up with her or whatever. I don't know. So apparently Floyd Mayweather was, I don't know if he witnessed the whole thing or got off the FaceTime call before it happened. But what's so odd about it is that he has this FaceTime thing and he's being investigated by the police, but then right after he goes to the Clippers game, nothing happened. Like, I just feel like if I were FaceTiming with someone hours before, and then now that person I was FaceTiming with not only killed someone, but killed themselves. Like, the friend I was talking to is gone now, too. I don't know how you could be at a basketball game.
But when I first saw that, I was like, yeah, that's hella weird. And I thought, okay, he's kind of weird anyway and a little twisted. So maybe that is his way of dealing, because he didn't go to the game and wasn't cheesing it up. But then he went to another game like the next day and was cheesing up with his girlfriend. And I was like, okay, I wouldn't go out all these days after I've seen all this stuff. Maybe you want to go out one day, you just want to get out of the house, you want to get away from whatever you saw. But to be consistently going out and acting like nothing happened is really weird. And I think it makes you wonder okay, so what were y'all really talking about? If you're not even really flipped internally about watching your good friend and this girl that was also your friend, end up dying together on your phone, then it's what were you saying to him on the phone? What was happening? And even people, but you know what? That's what I'm saying about people being twisted. Because even 50 Cent, up in there and trying to make jokes, trying to put Trey Songz in it, trying to make it. It's
2 people are dead.
Right. Some people are really twisted and they think, and they just do whatever, and they just feel well, who cares what anybody else thinks? But it's like, but still, it's like, from a human, from a human standpoint, it's just like, if I saw somebody die, I wouldn't be talking to nobody. I wouldn't be out. But if you have to go out, fine. But I'm like, I wouldn't be front and center at a basketball game. It's just all really twisted.
Like that. So did y'all see this week, it started over the weekend. Chris Brown made an announcement publicly on stage that he was single again. He was like, F that B, we done, it's over. I'm single to whatever. Then he took it to another level and was writing on Instagram talking about how Karrueche didn't visit him in jail when he was in jail for 4 months, how, she knew the lifestyle she was getting into because she even agreed to threesomes, and basically just he dogged her out, really. Later on, I guess a day or two, he calmed down and he was like, I apologize. No one should have to air their stuff out on social media. It's not the right place, not the right venue, and, I'm still growing. And blah, blah, blah. He's like, we go through our stuff, and we both have scars from each other, but at the end of the day, everybody knows I love that girl. So I just want to know I'm sorry, and I want to do it again publicly on Instagram. Which is, if after you do that on Instagram, you have to apologize on Instagram, because it's like, otherwise, you just left that out there.
I would say I hope Karrueche's really done this time.
Me too.
Because, not that we haven't seen it before, but this just proves how dysfunctional their relationship is.
I wanted to see the reaction of Tamar, of the entire cast of The Real. I really wanted to see their reaction, because I just thought the way he reacted to them talking about their relationship, and then the way they were, even Karrueche, this us against the world bullshit. It's just at a certain, he clearly embarrassed you after you're always writing for this person, and he's always airing out everything on Front Street, and I was just it's not even I don't even feel bad for her. It's just you like to humiliate yourself at this point,
Yeah. I think whether or not we'll be talking about this in the next month or so depends on what exactly she's in this relationship for. I think if you were looking for love and somebody who will support you and who was not emotionally abusive, then she'll probably won't go back. But if she's trying to be kept, then she'll go back. Yeah. But I think that for anybody else in the world, I think, hopefully, I don't know. It's hard when you're dating somebody with all this money and all these opportunities for you. But I think I always say sometimes it takes for you to get embarrassed by a man for you to really get knocked into your head that, whoa, this shit ain't gonna work. Because for real, because when you've been embarrassed in front of people, I've literally been embarrassed by one of my ex-boyfriends in front of just one friend. And I was like, that was my realization, that I was so done. And it was all over something petty, but it really hurt my feelings. And I knew after that, and when I tell you the feeling of being completely over somebody, just literally was just I'm done. That's what's
it's like a doorway closes, boom.
You smooth, he could be texting you and you just want to be no,
I said I was done.
Because you knew, right? You knew what you said when you said it. Okay, well, have a nice life. Yep, I will, thanks. And that's how it is. Because you try to be so sweet, and you try to keep going back, and you let a man go and run off and go with his ex-girlfriend.
But that wasn't embarrassing, the video?
But he went back to her, so I guess she felt see, he wanted to be me all along. You know how people be twisted. And, you think that that's okay, but then the minute they sit up there and basically say that you were in threesomes, you was messing around with Drake, you ain't nothing but a user. Damn, what else do you need? Sometimes, and I feel if she goes back, then like I said, this shows what the hell she's with, because that's not love. That's foolishness.
So did y'all see, I know y'all didn't see it, but we pretty much know it to be true, that Diddy ran up on Drake and punched him in the face because he claims that he stole the beat for Drake's song 0 to 100. So, me personally, the image of Diddy fighting is just so hard for me to even imagine. I just cannot imagine. When I think of Diddy fighting, I think of maybe Diddy sneaking a punch and then the entourage coming in and pulling everybody away from each other.
Diddy bopping to the punch.
Yes, I just Diddy is just a clown to me. He's a very rich court gesture. He's just a clown. So I can't see him legitimately fighting. I know Hip Hop Wire is no, Diddy is known to put hands on people, lay hands on people, throw bottles on people's heads. But I just don't see it. Okay. I don't see it. So anyway, what do y'all think about that? Do you think, obviously, it's just not that deep, Diddy. Even if you had the beat to 0 to 100, you wouldn't have been able to do what Drake did with it. You're not really a rapper. We know this. So it just seems so extra to me. Did it have to come to that, really?
He just got too much money to be acting so gutter. It was not that serious. I mean,
fresh off
if
the
you
gutter.
wanted another beat, I mean, you have plenty of talented producers or beat makers or whoever makes these beats at your disposal.
You can make your own
Get
beat.
another one. Like, it's not that serious. Stop acting like a hood rat. It's not becoming, and it's just no. Maybe he was drunk. I'm gonna say he was drunk.
Girl, Diddy almost 50 years old. Being drunk ain't no excuse no more.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
I think.
What you about to say?
Something left. Go ahead.
No, it's not left. I think that, I can see him fighting because, he is from Harlem. His daddy was a drug dealer. Like, I see all of this happening. I think with Diddy, it's really just a sign of respect. I think that it's, huh?
Go ahead.
I think that for him, it was just a sign of respect, and maybe, I think, they probably had some words, and, like Jamaicans say, Drake probably got bright and feisty and he bopped him one time. I think that's what happened. Because I really do, I love Drake, but I think, and as of lately, I think that, he could be feeling himself sometime. And people
Wouldn't you be feeling yourself if somebody came up to you and was like, Lauren, that article you wrote, you stole from me? I'd be like, bag, that's my stuff. It's already done. It's already been published. It's already out. People already love it. Why are you coming at me right now?
Okay, Drake.
No, but you took it on some light skin stuff, bright and feisty.
He is.
Is that what that is?
That's what she said.
I didn't know what that
I had
meant.
no idea what that meant.
No, I didn't mean. No, bright and feisty means you're rude.
You mean
Like,
rude,
you're
but what's the bright part?
Because you're being bright, like you're being rude. I've never linked that to being red skinned. Yeah, good.
Okay.
But
Yes, let's carry on.
this is so funny. But I really just think for Diddy it was just a respect thing. I really just think, he's been in the game for how many years? You about to respect me.
I just be like, dang, people don't respect Drake. That's why I'm in my feelings. Cause I'm like, Drake didn't deserve that.
Take a look at you always get bullied.
He didn't deserve that. People think he's so sensitive. He light skinned. You know how people do. You know how people do. You know how people do. You know how people perceive light skin.
Stop yelling.
He's soft.
You know
He's soft. So Diddy thought he could run up. That's wrong.
He's light skinned, he's soft, he's from Toronto.
I'm not saying he's soft, but the perception is, you know how people do.
Right, no, I understand.
Girl, it ain't right.